All right. Welcome, welcome to the next stream game. The last one that I played was over a week ago. So this is back into the flow of things. I did not know where to start this intro, honestly. Um I guess I'll keep going. No, let's do slightly high gamma. The current time, okay. It's 9:01. Are we gonna jump right into it? Okay. So again, welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I don't know what's different between the. I've literally never seen this game. Maybe a couple seconds from jumping into Arya's stream. The only reason that I'm playing this is because I've seen um, it is like one of Markiplier's most viewed videos, and that definitely means that it's a good story game for sure. Um, I remember getting this and wanting to play it a few years ago. It came out for PlayStation Plus for free, so I got it, never played it, and here we are. I'm about to play it. Um, let's check out the settings. Crouch, pause, interact, look. I have no clue how long this game is going to be. I looked it up and it said like, fuck, I don't even remember. 5 hours? 6 hours? Definitely not going to be staying up until oh, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. playing this. I don't really want to. So likely going to be playing this for a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours. We'll see. Like I usually do, I'm going to give a few minutes to let people get in here while I browse TikTok and Instagram Reels. So, be back. All right. Yo, Ayama. What's up again? I am gonna start right now. I literally have no clue anything about this game. Obviously, it
This is
looks
the
like
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
All right.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh. Oh, nice, Sayama. Yeah, so this is gonna be an interesting experience. Sensitivity is insane. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we are Stanley. What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room? Oh, this is about to be really trippy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What? Room closet?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if I go downstairs? Oh, okay. I guess I will go upstairs. This is outside. What is going on?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
We're gonna get narrated the entire time. It's gonna get really annoying, I bet. But whatever.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think it's pretty obvious. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that I need to escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Don't trust this guy.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion, and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
No.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what...
Hold on. Oh my gosh, bro. My controller was vibrating so much.
this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No, no, dude.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Never mind. Dude. We escaped.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office,
What?
as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Dude, I'm actually confused. What? The credits. Let's go this way. What? How many trophies are there? 12? Whatever. I know this is about to be just the trippiest game ever.
And finally, he pushed the number 6. Stanley pushed the big red button.
Could you imagine if this was actually like the credits and the game's over? There's my office. There's an office 3 times. The narrator skip. Warzone? What? What? Designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens? Dude, why not? What is this game? Where do I go? I went this way. Let's go up here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
What?
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
No.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Oh
could it
my
mean?
god.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We gotta find a way to break free. I bet that actually happens. Or we just lose all our progress.
When Stanley
Obviously.
came to a set of two open
Going through the
doors,
right.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But
Nope.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Like,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
shut up.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
My bad.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
I
simply
actually
missed a memo.
didn't do that on purpose. He actually fell off.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business,
I have a
Stanley
feeling
took the
that
first open door on his
I'm
left.
going to get really stuck somewhere
Stanley
at
was so
some
bad
point
at
in
following
this.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
You
let me
don't.
prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Never mind. Let's go through the
Aha,
blue one.
perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
No.
through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I suppose.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings? Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
What was that?
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Right, here we go.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Alright, I'll be completely honest.
Hey, I
3.
nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay. Is he gonna kill us?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
What is that noise? Oh.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Firewatch?
Fascinating. What do you think this game
What?
is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
What? What? What are the odds? What the fuck are the odds that it would be a game I've played on stream before?
What is our motivation?
Yes.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Not what it is.
Yes, that must be it.
You
What
liar!
a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yes. We're back here? What the hell? Is this made by the same people? It has to be, right? Imagine they just pull up Life is Strange and then go to Detroit. It'd be insane.
Oh,
It
no.
looks
No,
exactly the
it
same.
can't be.
Don't tell me. Am I actually gonna get to play a little bit of this? Please?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
No! No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
No! No!
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
No!
Okay.
Let me stay
I
here
think
forever.
This will be just the thing.
No! God damn it. Rocket League!
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
Is there a
Stanley,
way to sprint? Hold on. God damn it.
if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Let's do a sports ball. Oh my god, dude. Big hit.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Hold on. What are you doing?
I fell.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back. You still have
Ooh. I thought it was Phasmophobia. Genuinely. Seems like we're completely lost now. That'd be so cool. Get to hunt the ghost. And I don't leave until I get it. Here we go.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
What is going on? Dude. No! Oh my god!
All of his co-workers were gone.
Is this gonna happen several times throughout me playing this?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Branch off here. Can I like go through here? Ooh, I can go in some rooms.
Stanley went around touching
all
every little
locked.
thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That was on. Oh, fuck it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm? No. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Maybe I should try this one.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
You know what? Let's listen. I want to listen for a sec. No. Okay, well, back here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hold on. Okay.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
Stay in
reason
here?
to still be here.
I'm gonna stay in here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I'm standing in here.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the
Whoa.
broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
What was that?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Why would
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. Let me recite that word for word. Is that it? Nothing else? Right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee... You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Is that it? Alright. Does he say anything else? No. He's done.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, this time I'm gonna try downstairs. What is that? Can I seriously not pick that up? Why? Come on.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Didn't work.
His boss would
The
think he was
clicking noise
crazy.
is me
And
trying
then
to
something
interact.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
This is all a dream.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yo,
He thought
Schlanks.
to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may
How
as
many
well
endings
enjoy
are
this
there? Oh
while
my
I'm still
gosh.
lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently
I
float
died.
above the ground.
That's probably the craziest thing.
Then he imagined
Color.
himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
See that?
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
What is going
everything
on?
that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now.
Got crushed by a compactor.
As he's ever been in his
I did
life.
not listen to the narrator. And
Now
I
hearing
went
the
straight.
voice speak these words
straight
was quite a
into the
shock to
compactor.
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that
Yep.
this was a dream.
Yeah,
So he
the
closed
Rocket League. I fell from the goal.
his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Yeah, dude, what a surprise, Schlanks. I was in Firewatch for like a minute.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket
What
on
the
his skin,
fuck? That was
the
that
press
was
of the
crazy.
mattress on his back,
Oh
the
wait,
fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my
it was
job.
pretty funny.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the fuck is this?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her
What
place
is-
of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the fuck was that? Was that considered an ending, or was that my another death that I had? I wonder. I have a feeling that I need
Someone
to
was
check.
following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Oh, okay. Every single time I restart is an ending. Okay. Oh, also, I went into a broom closet, and the narrator got really mad at me. Yeah, I don't. He said that someone's following me this time. I gotta watch that. Okay. Wait, can I go backwards? Is this doing nothing, or?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I've been going right every single time. Let's go left. I go back out. No.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
All right. You know, he told us, take our time. I'll chill. Uh, oh, he doesn't say anything. All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Obviously, downstairs is not a good idea. I'm not going back downstairs. Ooh. Say that's a lovely purse. There is no way I was able to open up this door. There's nothing. Yes. Oh. Business strategy? What is that? Alright, let's go. Let's go down. Oh! Jamming out right now. Let's go. How long is this? These reflections, oh my gosh. Nope. Really? I go up? Okay. Literally just an elevator that doesn't move. Nice. I'm so afraid that I'm just missing a bunch of different endings. From like, I can imagine there's a specific combination that you have to do to leave.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What happens if I just stay here? I don't know it.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Yep.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could
Oh my
never
gosh.
possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Is he gonna get mad at us?
2845.
I'll just wait.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Wait. No! Where is it? No! Dang it. No! I can't see it. Right there. Nothing! Come on. I was hoping he would just get really mad at us for putting in the code now. Oh. He didn't say anything to us that time.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Oh, we're back up here.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative.
Dude, what is this guy talking about?
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I guess. Oh. What is... That had to mean something. There's a secret ending.
Incredible.
Dude, is 100% in this game just impossible?
Down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Still not
I
bad.
can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Dude. It's the boss's office.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
What?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait!
What?
No! I need more
Oh
time
my
to process.
Bruh, this is... What the fuck is this? I need to process this.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Alright, let's go down again.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stan...
How many lines did this narrator have to do for this game? I swear. It had to have been just a crazy amount.
His decision-making is a breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
All right. There's no way. No, he doesn't say anything.
You know what?
Oh,
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and
uh-oh.
slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Is possibly the greatest yapper of all time. How is
Why
he
aren't we
able
given time to imagine the surprises?
to yap this
To have to
much?
think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I
Yeah.
are doing right now. This is the most exciting
Break out.
narrative to be
Break
developed
out.
in years.
Break
And it's
out.
really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling.
This reminds me of the FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, Mr. Hippo. When you die to Mr. Hippo, you get 40 minutes of
In
dialogue.
your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the
it's
public eye,
just
but I thought it would
yapping the whole
especially
time.
mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Yo!
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
What? World peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is.
Minecraft. The
Just
Minecraft
through
door
this
opening.
door.
Stage door. Just through the door. Sentient machine.
All right.
Wait,
Are you ready? I've
could
told
you
them you're
imagine?
going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
I don't know why this is so funny. The dude who came up with pizza. Right, we're in here. Makeup. Break a leg, champ. Twice. I love the way you ride elevators. What? If you look up. The Lord meet and greet. Wait, where? Oh my god, that's corny. That's really corny. Oh my gosh! Stanley! Down then up again! Okay, what the fuck is this? Oh my gosh! He can't take the pressure. Fuck! We're back here.
All of his co-workers were
Dude, that was the best ending so far.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yeah.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What's back there? I wonder if there's a door in the game where if you click it
Standing
enough,
now in this
you'll
incredible
go in
room,
it.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
It's like,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
oh. Let's,
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Oh, I died here as
I'm
well.
not sure
I think
if
that
you
might have been
really
the first
are.
time I died.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
I forget
fact
what
is
happened
that
when I went
the
down
story has
there.
been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh.
There's
Oh.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
It was the weird
Someone
place.
you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to
We missed the dialogue. What? He just said
redeem
he's
yourself,
asking for
to
her?
put your work aside.
What does that mean?
To let her back into your life.
Is it
She's been
Stanley's
waiting.
wife? The wife? Or is it the one girl from that one ending? Oh boy.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
It's about to get super
Stanley, is that you?
emotional.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to
This is about to be so emotional. I guarantee it.
keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
No!
Gotcha.
Fuck you, narrator.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point
Oh.
here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I'm never trusting you again.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Damn it. I can climb. I did the blue door the entire time. Or, I think the blue door.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh!
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Whichever door was the one I was not supposed to go through, that's the one that I went through.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Come on. Wait, what if I wait? Am I just wasting time? Fuck.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Wait, let's watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about
Oh
his
my
own
god.
job. First, he imagined that one day while at work,
Oh my
he
gosh,
stepped
it's
up
gonna
from
be
his
my
desk
office.
to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Break through this
The
wall.
thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys. Yeah.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Prepare dinner. Let's go.
As he wandered through this fantasy
Oh my
world,
god.
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Game with a baby.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
No!
How could there possibly be? In reality,
No!
all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the
Get
real
outta here.
one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm listening. Yo, Haddock. Ah!
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I
Nice,
make him look at himself?
This is my first time ever seeing it, so it's really weird.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright. There we go. That was the worst ending possible.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Going back to the broom. Nope, I'm going back to the broom closet.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door.
Wasn't it on this side? shit.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What the fuck? Let me in the broom closet. God damn it. Well.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait. Oh my gosh. It's the boss's office.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley. Was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Ooh.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
This time we're not going back up. As much as I would like to go back to that place.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I gotta go through the mind control facility this time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I went to escape, but then I got compressed into a flat sheet.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Fired.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Oh my
Stanley's
gosh.
coworkers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
There's
one of them,
ours.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Jesus. The mind control room. My boss has some explaining to do. Alright, here we go.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's gotta be something in this room, but I'm gonna proceed.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if I just keep it on?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, shit!
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
What is this pattern?
Just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh my god. I didn't even get a single clue of what to do there. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
We're
could it
back.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go through the new
Oh,
content door.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh, what? New content. DLC.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
2013.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
Nice.
delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Here we go.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if...
What is this game?
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Dude, he gets really sassy, like, out of nowhere. Like, a whole bunch of times. What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yo! This was some fun jumping. Oh. Looks like that's all jumping to do.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Dude.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Wow, okay. No choice. Whoa!
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want
Okay.
to show you something! Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a
What
look.
the fuck?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Dude. Nice.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
That is a key moment in everyone's lives. The release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Mr. Krabs $1 bill. Don't play for 5 years. What's that? Creator surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. Shout out Rutgers. Oh, there's the one person.
Je suis dans la mémorisation. Sur la pluie des loups, et je n'attends.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism,
Nice.
10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Hell yeah, I love the elevator content. Original. Oh. back here. Oh, never mind. There was no choice. Damn. Person of the year, Stanley.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't
Pressurized
looked at
gas.
these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Dude, they have to be real after this.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
The way he said unfunny was fucking hilarious.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Whoa.
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Don't listen to them.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years.
I want to see what happens if I don't do it.
Forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh, no.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting
Really?
here. Not a single person to speak with.
Oh,
And
no.
you think that that's just... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh. What?
they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, "End."
What is going on?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
He's going
the end,
insane.
is never the end, 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 is never the
Damn. How much time are we skipping? Whoa. Heaven. Stray moment? Wait. Stray and the Stanley Parable are connected. They're they exist in the same world. That explains the apocalypse. Oh shit. Dude, what? This is turning into a horror game. What the fuck? The true ending. Dude, why is it so cinematic? Oh shit. Dude, that was a pretty good ending, I gotta be honest. That might be the best one so far.
A soft wind blew outside
Oh,
and
oh,
perhaps
oh,
rain
oh, oh,
started,
oh.
and if it did, it
Oh.
stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Okay, I'm confused. Is there like a specific ending that I'm supposed to be looking for? Or are we just going to try to get as many endings as possible and just see where it leads us? New content. Sign me up.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is this where we died last time? How did I get to the button? Was it through here? Yeah, I remember. The weird mind control was just following the regular path. Alright, we're back to the new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark. and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
What is up with the music?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
This is exactly what I was asking.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic
Very
statement
creative.
right there.
Yep.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Wait, this is a slideshow?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New features.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Ooh. It's gonna say my dad's name, isn't it? It's gonna read what is on my PlayStation and say my dad's name.
What do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious
Or it's just gonna say
answer
Stanley.
is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
You're gonna get it wrong.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll
Oh my
love it.
gosh.
Okay, here we go.
It's gonna
Let's
say
take a
my
deep
name,
breath,
Jim.
Clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes,
If so,
I am.
then please step forward and press the button.
Oh, it's me. I just woke up. My name is Jim. I have a wife named Pam. Here I am at this random button. It says it's gonna say my name. I'm Jim.
Jim.
What?
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Oh, it hits
Wow.
even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim button. Yeah. I'm at the office. My friend's name is Dwight. I wonder if he can guess
I suppose
that.
I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would
That's
actually
another
save me
idea.
the work of finishing this. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I'm not ready. I need to go back and try all the other new features. Because I am Jim. Please no screenshots. Whole new office, you say? Red is the baby is all grown up. Ray tracing? Wow. Infinite hole. Merch. Yo, the merch. Let's go. Dude, I gotta buy some merch. I wonder if they actually have merch. I need to go check this out.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may
Right.
even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort,
What was
even
that
in the
laugh?
face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Ooh.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow, I gotta be honest, I feel reassured right now. I want to hold this bucket for the rest of the game.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be... Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday
No!
it is.
God damn it. This one just caught me so off guard. This one's so stupid. Oh, we got the Get Well Someday.
Maybe I should have gone with... No.
Dude, there's no reason why I should be laughing this much. It's just so stupid.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2
Nice.
as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, the jump circle's just for decoration. Yeah, dude, the bucket is awesome. Free new plus easy trophy. I better get a trophy. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. But would we have to
Now
put the
here's
bucket
something
down?
special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Boo! This game sucks. You know what? I hate this bucket now.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Collect them all. What?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What? Let's go.
God, it
I gotta
really
collect
is the
all of
worst
them.
when you
Is
collect
that
everything in a video game,
one of them?
and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely
I
tragic.
agree. Okay, it's time to go to the infinite hole. Here we go. What? More hole?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Ah!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do
Is
it
it-
on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I think I'll keep falling.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. what normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I
That would
figured
be
the
cool.
hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I'm not the problem.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I think I like it down here. Nice. Ooh, that's gonna be the gimmick of the game. Pausing, because there's two. Nice. Okay, I don't think he's gonna say
Now,
anything.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my idea. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help
Yes.
but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
I think I know where this
Had
is
enough?
going.
I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. And I've had enough of the... Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I
Right.
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by
Yeah,
the
what
lax
the
overall
heck?
standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
All right.
Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Uh-oh.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a
No!
win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Fuck. I have the bucket still. Place the bucket down. What is going on? Yeah, I need the jump circle. Damn. What is... What is this? Whoa!
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! You're
No!
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second.
Damn
You
you!
don't want to miss a
What the
single moment.
fuck?
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really
I
truly
know, it
focused
was
on the
it was
hole?
getting perfect.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Alright, back to this. Really? Damn. Hey, we're back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Was there a way out before? I'm just gonna go to the exit. I think I got everything. Oh, the epilogue. I need to do that. Yeah, imagine if I just went back to the hole.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah! Let's go!
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Okay.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Whoa!
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Nice!
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much
What are you
enjoy
talking
creating
about?
gags, but they don't add up to anything.
What about the gym button?
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Holy shit. The audio desynced sometime. Dude, the audio literally desynced sometime during the first 2 hours of playing, and I don't even know when it was, because there's no, like... This is the only spot that, like, you can hear. Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I'm not skipping this.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
But his name is
and
Jim.
he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Nice.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Wow.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to
Hey,
give him
there we
instructions,
go.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
Could you imagine if the game started, like, this game actually had, like, those weird features? Like,
This complete isolation.
you just start a game you've never seen before with balloons that say, "Get well someday." Like, it's so weird.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Whoa, what?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley
Grab
picked
my
up
bucket.
the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
What?
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket.
This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
There we
go.
go.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
Right.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What a weird... That's so weird. Right. Here we are.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket
knew.
guiding him?
Yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Obviously. Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
There we
no
go.
reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Right.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Of course.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
Of course.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Right.
Everything will be fine.
Everything is fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's go to the mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
What?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
The bucket ending is coming soon.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
What's number 317 look like? That's actually Abney's room.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
No!
Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Hole.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
That's how I escaped.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
No!
Unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket.
We have the
To
bucket.
be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Right.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What? That was a pretty insane ending. Are we still in... We are still in the second game. What? What the heck? That was really weird. feel like I don't know if that's the best ending yet though. I like the desert ending. But that one was pretty cool.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself.
I'll do one more ending. One more.
That's
and then
all
I'm
I
going to bed.
need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Hey, it's still got the stickers.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Alright. There are like other endings with the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind.
Bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go. To the meeting room.
No.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Nothing to say about this.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding
skip
of what
button.
is and isn't.
I need
a
the skip
bucket.
button.
Please, step in here for a moment.
What? Oh my god.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual
Oh
bucket.
my gosh.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
All right.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Fuck you.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? Are you hallucinating? This is a
Okay.
tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
Why do you say it like that?
Just move on to the next one.
Dude, this narrator, man.
Is this a bucket?
Okay. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Let's go.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No!
Trick question. Both.
It's
Gotcha.
both! Wow.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Uh-oh. Yes!
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind,
What
have
the
you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yeah!
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No!
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Everything is a bucket!
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease, right?
That's the beginning of an amazing inside joke. Everything is a bucket. No one will understand what you mean, but everything is a bucket.
No, it's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Alright, like I said, the... Oh, really? Yeah, it's all buckets. Alright, well, I said that that would be the last one. I feel like we're gonna get something with buckets in the next ending, but, I'm done. I'm done for right now. I do have a question. Does it save my progress if I quit to menu? Let's find out. Okay, it does. Alright, this was, very interesting. Very, very interesting game. I truly don't know, like, what the end goal of it is, so I'll just keep playing until I get bored, maybe. I don't know. Seriously, like, I have no clue, how to finish this. It probably won't be tomorrow that I play. It'll be later. I'm going back home again to get my car. So, anyways, yeah, this was a wild game. Pretty ridiculous. But I found it to be pretty fun, so far. And, like I said, I'll be back sometime this weekend, hopefully. I don't, again, I have no clue how long it's gonna take. When I looked it up, Yeah, and what I'm talking into right now is also a bucket. I played the game with the bucket as well. I'm sitting in a bucket right now. Okay. When I looked it up, it said that the game would take like 6 hours to get the first completion, but it's pretty evident that there is not an ending. So I guess I'll do another playthrough, and the one that is the finale will, I guess, just be it. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.